Good afternoon, YouTube. JT Serenity Farms prepping here. Just got done stacking 7 face cords behind that green tarp over there of wood in my shed. And I still got about 5 left. Normally I try and be a year in advance. Now I'm going for 2 years in advance. I'm going to need the wood, I think. So, I've been following this Afghan debacle, but I don't think it's a debacle. I've been doing some figuring and writing things down, and I don't care what kind of math you're using. It doesn't add up, and it does add up. I've got a theory, and I want to run it by you and see what you think about it. It's not a good one, as in the outcome wouldn't be good, but then nothing that we see the Democrats doing is. So let's go back to the treasonous Barry Soetoro years. I know, it makes me throw up in my mouth as well. Now, we know he was the first part of the 16-year plan. He was the first 8 years. Okay, so remember scumbag traitor Bo Bergdahl? Well, it turns out that the head scumbag Taliban terrorist who orchestrated this Taliban takeover in Afghanistan was one of the 5 that Barry exchanged for a piece of shit traitor. Makes you kind of wonder how he had picked the 5 that he did. Of course, being in concert with the Taliban, as he called them, because he helped start them. He was in full compliance and told what 5 he was going to release. Bergdahl was probably a setup by the Democrats to get those 5 released. So, fast forward to 2020. We see the defund the police. Okay, we already know what happened with the election, okay? That had to be done to keep the plan going, which led to the defund the police movement. Now, also remember back Soetoro saying that he wanted a civilian army as big, if not bigger, than the U.S. military. Okay, so you see the defund the police movement going on. You see Pedo Joe with the borders wide open. To date, well over 1 million have just walked through and have been distributed throughout the U.S. in the dead of night. Most of them, we have no idea where they went or who they were. Well, we can guess who they are. All right. Now, we see this Afghan withdrawal. So the Taliban's taken over, but yet they allow the American troops to withdraw, and you haven't heard one story about any kind of fights or battles. Besides, two dummies took some shots and then they were put down. So, to complicate this, anywhere from 11 to 40,000 Americans have been left behind, while 100,000 plus refugees have been shipped here to America and distributed. You probably have already seen the plane full of refugees, and the photos that I saw, there might have been a handful of children, maybe a few women. All the rest were young males, seemingly aged 18 and up. Whatever happened to women and children first? These are supposedly refugees. The Taliban supposedly will rape these women and children and sell them in the Democrat sex trafficking trade. But yet, all the refugees we see coming to America are males of fighting age. If you see where I'm going with this now. So, you got over 1 million illegal scumbags in this country with no vetting. Zero. You've got over 100,000 Afghan refugees in this country. Who knows where? You've got Virginia Blackface Northam, a real piece of crap socialist, making a statement that he had already talked to thousands of the refugees and is more than willing to offer safe harbor to thousands more. All this while Governor Kemp, a rhino and a man who's scrambling to not end up at the end of a rope for his complacency in the shenanigans in November, also is open to accepting refugees. Because it's not like Georgia has a forensic audit coming or anything. So, the point of this whole video is, I believe that the millions of illegals and the 100,000 plus Afghan refugees are being brought in for that quote-unquote civilian police force that we heard about. The enforcers, maybe members of the outreach program. Why would they need all these people as their henchmen? What do they have planned for us? If I'm right. You know what's kind of ironic and hypocritical, of course, is the left always complains about the population being too large. And as we know, the deep state and their plans to depopulate because we're overpopulated. But I'm not hearing a single word about over 1 million illegals invading the country, or these 100,000 refugees coming in. Yeah, they won't say a word when it's part of the plan and would disrupt their narrative. All right, let me know what you think of that theory. Tell me I'm wrong. Convince me I'm wrong. Unfortunately, I think that I'm onto something, and time is gonna tell. Also, to the person who sent me a comment with their email address, I will be getting back to you as soon as I post this video. I'll send you an email. So hang tight, and thank you for that. I appreciate all the comments. They make me think, which is good. It shows me that my videos make you think, which is also good. Folks, we got to prepare. There is some nasty stuff coming, I fear. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, really share the videos. Get the word out. We need to wake up as many people as we can, as soon as we can. We are basically out of time. So, for now, JT, signing off.